Hey everybody, welcome to the DCUO.com's first ever Vodcast. We have established the name.
Is that what they're called?
It's a Vodcast, yep, okay. Dragonfyre.
It's a vodka podcast.
Vodka, no, not really, pretty gross. So today we're going to, that's Ezekiel, the other guy, by the way. Today we're going to be running through the Gotham Challenges. That's the level 30 daily challenges. You get them from these terminals in the tech wing. Every wing has some terminals.
Depending on the wing, there's different amount of terminals. Gotham has the most right now.
Yeah, Gotham has 4, and the tech has 4, and what are the other ones called? Magic and Meta have 2 each. But you don't have to after the next update. You won't have to activate these.
Yeah, you won't have to go through this whole process. You won't even have to walk to them anymore. So.
Oh yeah, this is kind of a pointless podcast.
So why are we doing this again?
Oh well, because the challenges will remain the same.
Well, this will be historical anyway. People can go back and look how things once were back in the olden days.
And I just hid some quests there. So as you can see, I've got all of the 8 challenges, and I'm gonna go and do one.
So what I normally do is I normally hide them all because I don't do them.
Well,
and then I don't see them in the watchtower anymore.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But yeah, actually that's what I have now with Dragonfyre. But
so we see Power Woman,
Power Girl. She's just been launched in the new 52,
and you'll see her constantly every time you play this game because there's only like 2 loading screens.
She she's in the second phase of the new 52, so even all the people new to comics will know who Power Girl is. She's from Earth 2 apparently.
So Dragonfyre just went through the tech wing teleported to get to Gotham?
To get to Gotham, because we want to go to the East End police station to get to these things. But as we said, after the next update, is it the next update?
Pretty sure it's the next update.
You'll just be able to queue them through your thingamajigamy.
Lex Luthor.
Duty menu, and that on his knee right there, there's half a penis.
Shh, it's YouTube.
Oh, half a beep.
Yeah, what's he got? He's got like Superman's cape or something. It's like,
it's
like a security blanket. He looks like that guy from Snoopy.
Linus.
Yeah, Linus.
Linus, yeah.
Like Lexus.
Wow, this is a long loading.
Yeah, you don't know how long they are until you actually do a video podcast. And people are like, man, I could play the game to see this loading screen. Why do I need to listen to these 2 guys crap on?
What the crap? Why are they so long?
And then the game crashes.
That would be quite hilarious. All right, so now we're outside East End, and we're going to go to the challenge mode Joker's Funhouse to continue our mission.
So what's the first one you're doing? Lunatic Fringe, yeah?
Yeah, Lunatic Fringe. You got to fight Harley. The challenges are pre-level 30 missions made harder.
Yeah, so actually the best time to do the challenges, the best time to see if you're actually good, is to do them as soon as you hit level 30 and have no gear.
Oh, yeah.
But I wouldn't do that for the sake of actually getting gear, because the gear in challenges is just really simple, like DPS gear.
Yeah.
And you're just way better off just going as duos and going straight there and getting gear. But
the only purpose of doing the challenges is to get feats, actually.
So, yeah, exactly. So you get 1 mark of triumph from this challenge, at least.
You see there, it says the enter the challenge mode as opposed to enter the Joker's Funhouse.
Yeah.
You won't have to do this after the next update, but prior to the update, you actually had to manually go there. Someone died right in front of me.
And the thing about that is that if you disconnect in this challenge and then you load the game again, you'll be standing up front of the other portal, so don't go straight into it. So okay, what do we got here?
What do we got here? We got this the normal clowns. There's the lunatic. Let's just see how quickly I just kill them because I'm specs for DPS. There's the wisecrackers. There's the
what spell was that? Firebus?
I don't know what any of the powers are. The 4th one is mass detonation, which is it's not very good actually.
So there's a wisecracker again.
Yeah, and then if you break open those treasure chests, you'll open them. There'll either be Joker droids or police or dogs in them. And then there's also these cages scattered throughout the place that you can open, and then the police will help you. Not very much.
So they'll help you until there's no enemies in the area, then they'll run away, I think. But I think they'll keep pushing forward. That's the good thing about them.
I mean, this is the WAG. This is the... See, he just died.
So far we've just seen like lunatics and wisecrackers. They're just generic enemies. The WAG is the first one you encounter that actually does a special attack.
Yeah.
The rest of them, all these guys will do is pound away on you, and they might pick up a object every now and then. You want to avoid breaking those presents so that Dragonfyre accidentally keeps breaking, because there's very little times that it's beneficial.
See that? Skip a bunch of bad guys and then activate the.
Activate the terminal to just kill everything in the area. So you want to try to get through these challenges as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And so you can skip a lot of the areas.
And so this is these cages here. The next two cages are booby trapped. So if you attack them, more enemies will come.
Here comes the WAG special attack. Bam.
And just all you got to do is block it. You'll be fine. So what you want to actually do is avoid attacking these two cages. This one here and the next one. Because...
Oh no.
Yeah, I did it on purpose so you can see
You're breaking your own rules, man.
you get some enemies spawn that normally wouldn't spawn. The whole basic way of doing challenges is to avoid fighting any of the enemies.
Yep.
Everything you can do to avoid fighting the enemies. And then just running past
because you want to get through them quickly as possible. There's a feat for doing 500 of them or something, and
1,000 of them even, isn't there? So there's another terminal.
There's ridiculous feats. There's a second terminal there. You blow up all the enemies. But to get those feats, if you ever want to go for those feats, you want to get through them as quickly as possible.
And there'll be places like this where you can't avoid enemies. You have to fire burst. So everything dead.
There's a guy picked up a present he was about to break, which if he had broken, it probably would have been a joke android, and that would have been. Yeah, so you got to
kill all the enemies to everything. But then, see, this is a classic example in the challenge of what you want to do. Just run past everything, because say in this one, once you get down here, those guys won't follow you. So you just bypass a whole bunch of enemies.
Yep. When you jump down there, turn around because there's
two guys there.
Two guys to kill. And then we get the first mini boss.
Yeah, this is lefty and righty. I don't know what the hell I was doing standing there.
I think you're getting your power back.
Concentrate on killing one at a time. They have two different attacks. One of them you can block.
Yeah. They're both charges. They're both like big wags, basically. And if you're playing a villain, they'll be police officers instead of lefty and righty.
Is it? I've never done that.
So,
and then you come up
one of the charges you can actually block, but the other one you'll have to roll out on.
Yeah. So then we got to fight Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn is really, really easy, but kind of annoying.
She's just annoying, basically. So
if you're this far away, she'll throw presents at you, which you can block.
Yep, just block them and then
hit her as much as you can.
Yeah, you want to get as much damage in as you can right now. She'll do that lethal attack she just did, which is basically a gag glove.
Yeah, I miss my gag glove.
Yeah, I want my gag glove back.
Beat the crap out of her as much as you can. Then she's going to see this. Harley Quinn has a crazy look in her eye. And all you can do here is block. She'll do one of two things. The Doom Spin, which all you got to do is block. Just block, man. It's easy.
Or she'll do this hammer pound where it doesn't actually do any damage, but it knocks you around a bit.
Yeah,
and it literally does no damage.
A super block. You're going to block for 10 seconds, so you've got to time. And then she'll make herself dizzy, so that's when you just pummel her as hard as you can. Fortunately, I have no power.
So what you see in the background, there's a bunch of cops fighting some more generic bad guys, and they'll respawn if you kill them, so don't bother with them. Just try to ignore them. Just kill. Focus
they
on
won't
Harley.
even attack you if you don't attack them.
This fight is all about
here she goes.
Blocking when you have to, just blocking in these phases, and whenever she has a crazy look in her eye, just block, and then hit her as hard as you can when she's vulnerable.
That is the block expiring, and I'm not.
Yeah, if you wanted to avoid that, you can probably roll every 7 seconds or whatever. Maybe.
So he actually does the spin and then stops for a second.
Yeah.
You can release and re-block there, and then you'll not have your block expire. And then you just pound on her again. There's
also a couple of restoration barrels downstairs if you can't take that much damage. But and after that, what are you doing?
Activator, arrestor. Because the thing with the challenges is you need to complete the mission before you leave, otherwise you won't get your mark.
Yep. So this challenge will give you 1 mark of triumph right now, and that's about to change in the next update.
Yep.
Robin's always getting himself caught in all these challenges.
So you got to wait till it says that, and then finish the mission and then leave. Robin's an idiot.
And so from that one, you can get Harley Quinn's Jester hat if you're lucky.
Harley Quinn's Sinister Masquerade is the epic drop from there. See, the thing is, the basic tactics and everything of these challenges won't change in the new update coming. But
hopefully they'll just get harder.
Yeah, the difficulty of some of them will change. So next we're going to go to the Root of Evil, the Poison Ivy challenge.
Yep. This one is one of the ones that the villains don't have, I think.
Yeah, it is. And the thing, I actually rate this one as the easiest challenge. It's not necessarily the quickest, but it is definitely the easiest for me. It's You can run past a lot of the enemies, and the enemies are actually quite easy.
So we see that like a lot of the time that Dragonfyre is taking is just spent traveling around.
Yeah.
So in the next update, you'll just be able to queue the challenges, and you can see you can get through them all in a couple of minutes.
Well, that's it, because this video is like 45 minutes long, and 20 minutes of it is traveling. Not 20 minutes. That would kill me if it was 20 minutes. Into here, again, another repeat of a dungeon you did earlier. What do you have in here? There's the cops that are cocooned. You can see them.
These guys are not as brave as the previous cops. These guys will pretty much run out straight away. They'll kill anything in the immediate vicinity, but then they'll run out. You just saw like a restoration barrel hanging from the tree as well. You see a lot of those barrels. And he's immediately, you fight a boss here, the Ancient Bloodroot.
Yeah, he's
getting tanked by Harvey Bullock.
All you got to do to kill this guy is stay away from him. Problem is I'm a brawler, so... Yeah. But Fireburst will take care of it.
So what he does like an attack, a PBAOE that'll hit you if you're next to him. So, I mean, it doesn't do a lot of damage anyway, so you can probably just still take it. And after you kill him, you have to kill
these guys.
The little summons the adds that he brings to the fight before you can move on.
You need to, yeah. That's a good. What you want to try and do is just kill that Ancient Bloodroot before these guys get there, because once they get there, there's so many of them, they'll quickly overwhelm you.
Yeah, if you don't have the gear, you might get overwhelmed.
He fell off.
And you have to kill them before you can talk to Harvey Bullock and move on.
Yeah, so then you need to talk to Harvey Bullock afterwards. And he's gonna, in a typical GCPD bonehead move.
But Dragonfyre is obviously overgeared for the challenge as well, so
yeah, it makes it look easier than it actually is.
If you're taking a lot of damage on that fight, just stay range, and the Bloodroot will keep shooting like a snare trap, and all you have to do is just dodge it.
Okay, so then we come to the next guy in the type of enemy in that Mandrake. I think this one actually he dies before he can do his move. That guy will do a lethal attack, which is a flamethrower, even though it's a green acid thing. And what you can do to avoid it, you can't block it. If you get hit by it, you'll become stunned.
Yep.
So what you want to do is when he's charging you, move away from where you were.
So there we go. He's just about to do it now.
Bless me. See that thing? And it hits me. But I interrupt him because he's immune to damage while he's about to cast it. But once he's there's a period where he's no longer immune to control effects.
And you see the other generic bad guys, the Thorns or whatever they're called, I think.
Yeah, the Thorns.
And this is the second special mob.
But there's 3 of them in here, and if you just head in this direction, you can only have to fight 1.
Just try to cling as close to the wall as you can, and then you won't have to fight them. But this part, if you've got no gear, you might get overwhelmed by
these guys,
little guys, if you aggro too many of them.
And I just started the second one, but there's some health barrels up against the wall. What am I pointing at? The wall in the background. So just keep an eye out for health barrels in the challenges. They're what's going to get you through them. So you can see one on just to the left. And
the Gallows Oak, they'll try to vine lash you and poison you. It's annoying, but if you try to take them out as quickly as you can, then they're not a problem.
And there's some enemies to bypass right there. Just run around that way.
You've got a Mandrake and 2 Thorns. Like if you said, the Mandrake, here comes his special attack, but Dragonfyre is going to
kill him. The movie, that's what I mean. I moved out of the way immediately. It was just the fire burning that killed him. But yeah, when the Mandrake's about to do a special attack, all you got to do is move.
Yep. Don't
stand still and take it. Now, the Poison Ivy fight is actually, you never fight Poison Ivy in this fight.
Robin's lost his nose breather.
Yeah, he lost it when he gave it to you earlier on. So she's been able to take control of him. So she will continually attack you as well. This is why I come over to this area over here, because then you're out of line of sight of it.
So obviously at this gear level, Dragonfyre doesn't need to do this, but it's a good tactic to try to get used to blocking line of sight.
Yeah.
It'll help you take like a lot less damage. And this fight is all about just trading blows with Robin.
Yeah.
You want to try to keep him like juggled or stunned as much as you can, but really it's trying to do more damage than he can do to you.
And then once he's dead, her 2 Gallows Oak Guardians, these guys will do is they'll immediately weaponize a barrel.
Yeah, so you want to kill them before, or control them before they...
Yeah, make them drop that barrel, because they'll pick up a health barrel, and that'll make the fight actually really difficult when you're gear appropriate.
So back to Robin again, and Dragonfyre's going to totally take him out for good this time.
Yeah.
So Harvey's going to summon... what's her name? Ivy.
Ivy.
Going to summon her...
Sequoia Lord.
Yes, Sequoia Lord.
And so this guy is like a giant gallows oak.
Yep.
He will also weaponize objects, yeah?
Yep. So actually, you see there's a couple of restoration barrels in the fight, and because the fight is all about just trading blows, you might need to use them.
It's a good idea. What you do is you break a restoration barrel and stand in the aura here while you're trading blows. So you stand in the restoration aura and then...
So this guy is huge, but he's actually pretty light. So he's pretty easily juggled and stuff. So you're going to be trading blows with him, but try to keep him off his feet if you can. And then he's got a special attack, which he didn't get to do, where he summons 2 ads or 3 ads or something.
I've seen him do that for a while.
Yeah, he might be too powerful for it, but he's got another lethal attack, which it'll put him in like some kind of spores will come out of him, but they don't seem to do anything. I can't work it out. If anyone knows what they do, let us know.
Yeah. Then you'll have to arrest Poison Ivy and talk to Robin. Surprise, surprise, he's been caught again.
Yeah, that's what he does in this.
He's the boy Blunder.
And Dragonfyre stands there waiting for Robin to go up to Ivy.
Talk to her and do nothing. Once again, waiting until it says press start to complete the quest before leaving the dungeon. Now we're going to do one, if you haven't, you won't recognise from levelling. This was actually added a long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. This is when Chris KO was still part of the game.
It was like 1 or 2 or 3 updates into the game.
And it was really cool. Like, we got a new challenge, and it came with a cutscene for finishing it, which is something that they don't always do. They don't always give you a little cutscene.
Nothing does it anymore.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I thought this was really cool when it came out. I thought,
This is what I thought. We thought every update would be.
this is what it would have been if Chris KO had have stayed on board. I think we would have got more of this and
more challenges.
The game would be different. Is all we can say.
I spent
about
like a year asking for even more challenges.
So you realise you haven't done the challenges in a year.
Yeah, I've been asking for them so I can do different ones, but then I'm only going to do them once and never do them again. But the thing with this cat's eye and the following one, the penguin one, they have a unique style set that you can only get one piece of every time you do it.
Yeah.
And then there's a 10-point feat for the mine.
Yeah. So the last, the Poison Ivy challenge, you could have gotten the Ivy's belt.
Cincture.
Yeah.
Cincture? The belt, yep.
And then the Catwoman, what we're going to see is you can get the Mayan style and you can get Catwoman's...
She has 2 things.
Goggles and
goggles
pants.
And her pants. I was wearing her pants.
So first we have to go up and look at the cop, ask for help, and then get the security guard, and then get killed by cats, which is pretty gruesome. The other thing is when you first do this challenge, you have to go do a little side quest. You have to talk to Willie the Snitch, I think his name is, and then look for Catwoman. It only takes like a couple of minutes, and it's kind of weird and annoying.
Like one of 3 places.
Yeah, but I mean, it's something that was in the game before. The direction they were going had these little things in it that they don't do anymore. And Dragonfyre's just smashing through
walls. I don't know why I went around the corridor instead of just smashing through the wall in front of me.
Could have just gotten smashed through that gate, but you have to smash through the walls.
Then you'll encounter this one in this dungeon. These guys hit quite hard, and you can get really quickly overwhelmed. So the best advice is to take it slowly and avoid as many bad guys as you can.
Yeah, aggro them like one or 2 at a time if you can.
Yeah, you'll get you'll get really badly overwhelmed by like 9 or 10 of them in some parts.
Yeah.
If you rush too quickly. So then you're going to talk to Catwoman. She's going to say some diamonds have gone missing, or I don't think I've ever listened to her talk.
She says perfect, probably. Or some other cat-related pun. And
then what she's going to do is she's going to open the way for you. Door number 1.
Coincidentally.
This is the Tiger Lord area, where what you'll encounter is a bunch of little tiger men.
Dragonfyre's trying to skip past all of them if you can.
Yeah.
The Tiger Lords are pretty generic. They don't really do anything except try to overwhelm you, I think.
Yeah, and they like in this room, if you've aggroed too many, there are actually about 10 in the room. But, as you can see, they're only actually fought 4 at a time.
Yeah.
3 or 4 of them is okay, but you can get really badly overwhelmed. And then here we're going to see like a little, ooh. It's a caveat. What's that? A Panther Lord. But I thought this was the tiger area.
Yeah, it's a taste of things to come.
We'll come back to that later. Around here, again, you've got quite a few tigers in the area. Take it a little bit slowly. Take on only a couple of them at a time. They have a really big line of sight as well, and they'll aggro from quite a distance away because like one of them joined the fight from right across the room and they jump really fast.
Yeah, they try to overwhelm you. That's their tactic.
And then you activate the switch.
There's a lot of switch activating and backtracking in this dungeon.
Yeah,
and it's actually quite a long challenge.
Where did he come from?
The cutscene. They came from the cutscene. So they do that kind of a little spin attack as well, but nothing that's going to really, stand out as a proper attack.
Yeah, just waste a huge amount of power on killing one guy. Don't worry.
This is not a video on power management, obviously.
Nah, not. But the thing is, in the challenges, you get the blue balls off every enemy. So every enemy that you kill will drop you 110 power. That fire burst on one guy. He wanted it.
You probably could have killed him with a fireball.
It looked cooler. One full-fledged. So now we encounter the first boss of the dungeon, the Tiger Lord. He's a big version of the little guys. Tiger Eye. Oh, that's his name. I need to update the challenge guide. So what he does is he's a smash and bash kind of dude.
Yeah, so his lethal attack is he charges in and he starts to pound you.
And
Well, you've brought a couple of panthers with you.
I don't even know where that guy came from. So yeah, every time you see a lethal attack from this bloke,
He's going to knock you down, try to pound away. But
so you've got to make sure
he does it quite frequently. And the other thing he does is he summons ads after a while. But
Yeah,
you
but
didn't
I
get to see
killed
that
him
right now.
before.
But
And then once you've killed him, you have to go back with the way you came.
And that can be quite overwhelming when you first start playing to see him summon ads all the time. So look for the restoration barrels.
There's like 3 restoration barrels, and they respawn in there. So
Yeah.
that fight is actually even. The Tiger Lord is, I think, is easier than getting to the Tiger Lord.
So we can see that Dragonfyre was locked in combat for a little while because he aggroed a mob and he had to wait to reset
Yeah,
to get out of it.
and then you bring back and activate the first of the things, the cats, and then Catwoman will happily open door number 2 for you.
What's behind door number 2?
Door number 2, what we have is the Cheetah Lords.
These are the annoying ones.
Yeah, they're super speed.
Yeah,
and
they turn invisible and they go behind you, and they're kind of annoying.
This is a wing where you can actually get a feat, and I'll show you how to get the feat in this video if I remember correctly. So what you want to make sure you do is before you activate this switch downstairs, everything that you have aggroed is dead, because they'll get in the way of you completing the feat, and they do the quick run around kind of thing where they disappear, so you won't always know if they're dead. So you just want to stop until you're out of combat. See, I'm out of combat.
See,
now.
On Dragonfyre's name, if his name was red, he'd be in combat. If his name's blue, or the symbol next to his name is blue, then he's out of combat.
Here, there's another one of those panther guys. Ooh, don't stop to fight these guys and just run. Don't stop to talk to this guy and just run. You don't want to do this the first time you do the dungeon, though. So the feat is to activate 4 of these terminals within 90 seconds.
Yeah, and you're constantly taking damage, and you're constantly getting interrupted by cheetahs speeding down the corridor. So you want to try to go around them, like use your movement mode if you can.
There you go. See, straight over.
Every time you activate a switch, you'll get a restoration field. So if you don't have the gear for it, then you can stand in that field and let yourself recover before moving on.
Because that's actually, you constantly... So you see me constantly taking 19 damage, but that's with like 5,000 defense, and it's going to be a lot higher for when you first
That
start.
one summoned a couple of ads, I think.
Oh, he's knocked me back. But basically what you want to do is get above them. See, above and over them. It's much easier for a flyer.
Yeah.
It's really hard for a super speedster. I tried it with one of my super speed characters just the other day, and frankly, I don't know how anyone could do it. Straight over. And along the wall up the top. That's the acrobat trick. Going along the wall like that up the top. And as you can see here, I actually got the feat.
Wow.
That was my last hideout feat.
I'm impressed. Full tier 4 challenge feat.
Shh. So this guy has got a little bit of a trick to him as well. This is your next Cheetah Lord, old mate, Cheetah Claw.
Oh, wow, they've actually got names. I didn't realize.
I just thought
I thought
they
they
were
were Lord.
Lord, and it's funny because there's bad guys called the Lords, and it didn't really occur to me that there might have different ones. What this guy's going to do is at a timed interval he'll again summon his friends, but he's a super speedster, annoying git who runs around. But oh no, he might not do it.
So what happens is we don't get to see it, but there's like a gas in this room that he can set off. And to stop the gas, you have to go from terminal to terminal, which are located around the room, and turn off the gas.
Activate all 4. Every time you activate one again, you get a healing aura out of it.
Yeah.
So when you're gear appropriate, you want to wait in that healing aura. I don't know which direction to go.
Women never seem to find a door.
And then...
Try to activate that with a mailbag ringing.
Stupid cow cheater lady. We'll go to door number 3. This is the third and final door of the dungeon.
Yep. You have to keep backtracking in this dungeon.
Yeah, that's why it takes a long time. It's the average length of time for when you gear appropriate is about 20 to 25 minutes for this dungeon.
Yeah, it takes a long time.
Yeah, so there's another feat you can get here. What you'll see those lion ladies. There's the one that's walking away, and then there's the lion lords that are squatting down. There's also lion cubs. If you can get through this area without killing any of the lion cubs or any of them dying, you'll get a feat. So to do that, you need to wait for them to come to you, and don't use area of effect attacks.
Yeah. You kill the lion ladies as soon as possible.
Because they will attack the lion cubs. And then what you'll see here, I've killed the lion. Every lion lord has a lion cub attached to him. So see a lion cub will come out. And then the lion ladies, as soon as you aggro them, will attack the lion cubs. So it's first priority. And then the problem is I accidentally killed a lion cub there.
So if you're a healer, you can probably heal the cubs. Though,
yeah, it's much easier if you're a healer again. So I think I just stopped doing it here. But this feat, I stopped doing it. It's actually quite easy. Yep. If you just concentrate on killing the lion ladies as soon as they come, and don't use area of effect attacks.
And if you use pools, like any pool that you have, like Dragonfyre could actually spend a point and get the acrobatic pool if you needed to do it. So single target pools will help to isolate the lion ladies. And
they're going to be your main problem. And then what you've got to do is collect all 8. And what happened? There's 2 here.
Yep, they're hiding around the corner.
You need to do them. You can't just bypass them if you want the feat. So there's the second one. And then a lot of people get to here and go, oh, it hasn't worked.
Yeah.
But there is actually one more.
Okay.
So here it is. You want to kill this guy.
So the special kind of mob in this dungeon was just the lion lords. Each one has a lion cub, and each one will give you an ally, like a pet, every time you kill one.
There we go. Finally found where I'm going. Nope. There we go. I get so confused because I don't often do these challenges. And then we come to the third.
Lion Eye, I guess his name is. Lion Diamond.
Foot. Lion Mane.
Mane, oh, okay. Mane.
This guy is demented. Honestly, I did this gear appropriate, and you just spend your whole time blocking.
Yeah, so he does. That's actually with all these bosses, they do their lethal attacks quite a lot, and it's pretty annoying. So you probably want to stand in a restoration barrel if you're gear appropriate. Yeah,
there's a few of them around the room as well. So he goes for another one, block. Yeah. I'll block through that roar, and then attack him. And you just, when you're gear appropriate, you're not doing that much damage.
And he does quite a lot of damage himself. So
it's just, you just spend the whole time blocking. And what you might have known, I just realised, is you're getting a piece of gear every time you kill one.
Yeah.
So that's 3 pieces of level 30 gear that I've gotten from this that are styles and stuff like that, which is quite good. And then we travel back here and remember that taste of things to come we saw?
Yeah, what happened to the 4th diamond, I wonder?
Ooh, there was only 3 doors. Where's that? Why were there panthers in here? Your little guys will come and help you as well. But
help you by just standing there and dying after one hit.
In this area is where you will encounter Panther Fang. Aha. The problem with Panther Fang is there's lots of those Lion Lords around, and they come and attack you while Panther Fang is going
so
hard.
you can actually, if you gear appropriate, you can kill off the Lion Lords before you go over to the door.
Much better idea. So you head the opposite direction to the direction I go and kill the Lion Lords because they'll come and help, and there's a restoration barrel there for you. And yeah, Panther Man.
He'll just try to like jump on you and chow down on you. It's kind of a cool attack, actually. Like, it's basically Avatar of Magic's lion form, really.
Oh yeah.
Except it doesn't have the massive AOE that has,
and doesn't do 5,000 damage per hit. And then activate your thing, and you'll go back to.
Actually, like, if you get used to blocking Panther Lord's attack, then you will get used to blocking Avatar of Magic's attack.
This is like the kind of thing we used to do, these challenges and stuff regularly, and that's why we learnt things like blocking and.
Yeah, if you do them gear appropriate, they're actually pretty tricky sometimes. And there we go, putting the last two of Catwoman's diamonds in the statues, and it must be the end of the dungeon, right?
Yeah, that's it. We fought the.
What's
she
going
doing?
on? What?
She's activating the relics. Aren't the relics what turned everyone into a bad guy? Why would you activate them? Oh, so this is what happens now. All 4 lion spirits, cat spirits appear, and they get angry that you've been playing with their cat-sized diamonds.
That's
so what are they
cool,
going to do?
cool animation, actually.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I liked it.
We don't have things like that anymore. They're going to now imbue Catwoman with a, one of their spirits.
With an inferno.
And you can see there it says defeat Catwoman 0 of 9 times. This is going to happen 9 times. They're going to imbue Catwoman with one of the cat spirits, and she'll have different attacks depending on it. Unfortunately, this one she got tigered twice, but look at this. Dead.
Yeah, so the tiger one, she summons an ad. The panther one, she turns invisible.
Yep.
The lion one, who knows?
And you can see there, even though I killed her before she actually moved, she's got the ad came. And then there are multiple barrels around this room as well. Breaking them, saying now she's the panther one, so she's gone into the shadows. She'll do that no matter what, and she'll summon a panther cub. And then while you're fighting that panther cub, she will attack from somewhere. There she goes. She's quite annoying.
Yeah. All these challenges, though, are getting PvP mechanics soon, so that'll be interesting. We'll see how that all changes up.
Well, that's the Vodcast will. This time.
I just missed it though. You still got a couple of hits, I think.
Yeah. And then when you get through this, even though look how much damage is going on, sometimes it's just one hit kill with the fire burst. Still taking quite a lot of time because you've got to go through each individual animation. You've still got to do it.
So the idea being that cats have 9 lives, yeah, you kill them 9 times. That's what it's all
every
about.
single time it's someone random, a new random cat spirit.
Yeah. You can see the indicator by which spirit appears, yeah?
Yeah. I'll go get another barrel.
Is that 8 times now?
That's 6. That's like the insane amount of damage she's taking, the quickness with which she's dying, and it's still taking so long. That's why a lot of people avoid this challenge, especially because the Mayan gear you get from it is only a 10-point feat.
Yeah.
So the last one is the hardest one. All 4 cat spirits will pop out and give her all 4 abilities. But
she's basically the same. You just pound away on her. She's really low health. So
yeah.
Even though Dragonfyre is doing a lot more damage than he should be, she is actually pretty low health. And
once you're beating her
the
out,
only reason you want to do this challenge is for the Mayan style and for the feats. Otherwise, if you're grinding your challenge feats, you're probably just better off doing the quicker challenges.
Yeah. So that's like you can see how long that took, even though I'm so heavily over geared. But you also get 2 marks of triumph.
Yep, and that's all going to change as well. You'll get even more.
Yep. And so the final Gotham one is the Caging Penguin. Again, you won't recognise this dungeon as a pre-level 30 dungeon because this was added later as well. And it's also a duo.
This dungeon is so big they could turn it into an alert.
That'd be awesome. That would be really, really cool.
It's too big to be a duo, but it's big enough to be an alert.
That would be really, really cool. I wish they did that. Once again, Power Girl. Oh, gee.
I haven't seen you in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're on to the Penguin. I wonder if this was still in Chris KO's reign. maybe.
I think it was. I think it was his last update.
Yeah, so that was the kind of stuff we got back then. He tried to fill out the beginning of the game.
The lower tiers. Well, it was when there was only 2 tiers.
There was only 2 tiers, but we weren't getting. This was in updates as well. This was it wasn't DLC. This is the kind of stuff we'd get.
That's why everyone's got access to it.
Yeah.
And this is completely unique. It's a continuation of the Bane storyline from pre-level 30.
Yeah, if you complete that storyline, what you see is a cutscene of the Penguin.
Penguin, not Bane. Yeah.
Yeah. And as we said, the longest part about it is traveling in between each one.
So that's all I've got, and this is all 4 in Gotham, the smaller city. The other thing you get from these is the renown. And
that's all about to get easier to get as well, though. So
this one is always the Gotham ones. The tech renown has always been the easiest to get because it's 4 challenges. You'll see next time the distance between the meta ones is ridiculous.
Yeah. So you might recognise this challenge as the duo.
This one is
So before the duo came out, though, this was only a challenge.
Yeah.
It wasn't a duo.
And it has my Dragonfyre's hardest boss in the game, which we'll get to. I find him harder than anything else in the game.
So the cool thing about it is all the mobs there's no generic mobs. They all have something about them.
Yeah.
So we see...
Machine Gun Tommy has a machine gun, so he's using a rifle.
Yep.
And you can...
This other guy, you could lunge attack him there, the one with the two-handed weapon, and it'll stun him.
There's Nikki Blades.
Nikki Blades, she's going to do an attack where if you block her, she'll actually take damage. It's a lethal attack. If you see that appear, you can just hold block and she'll take damage.
And then Temmie Two Guns.
Temmie Two Guns using dual pistols. So
she goes into full auto, so you can lunge her.
Lunge attack her, yep. So
Machine Gun Tommy again.
But, so normally we'd see just a reskin version of generic bad guys, but this dungeon was pretty cool because you didn't see a lot of that. There's also these little penguins which are kind of annoying.
They're random will randomly attack you. They're wandering around doing nothing. And
so normally they're not even... you see that guy can just block his doom spin. Normally they can't even be targeted. But
and then sometimes
they'll decide to attack you. And for this first room, you have to kill
everything,
all the mobs before you can move
that
on.
Louisville Slugger got hard stunned because I lunged him, interrupted.
Yep. This takes,
This is again one of the lengthy challenges.
It takes a lot of time, this one. This is the other one you don't want to do if you're going for the challenge feat. The only reason to do this challenge is there's the
split personality.
The split personality style, which only drops 1 piece from Penguin every time.
Got a stack of feats in it as well, this one.
And there's the feat for going both directions and killing both bosses.
You see here, he'll flip a coin and you'll be sent one direction, either left or right. Left is Bane, right is Hush.
Yep.
And if you fight both, you'll get a feat. The left is the faster way to go because if you go right, there's actually this annoying bit where you get locked at a door and you have to kill everything before you can move on. But another thing about this, we said at the beginning, challenges, the whole goal is to bypass as many enemies as you can. In this challenge, you actually can't.
Yeah, you have to actually kill them, which is annoying. Yep. It's the same guys you see, but if you gear appropriate, you can kind of learn to respond to them rather than just powering through them, and try to take on one at a time if you can, or 1 or 2 at a time.
And what we'll see here is the first boss. But before we move on, I think, we got a cutscene. But one of the other feats in this dungeon is to find all the bird statues.
Yep, and activate them, yeah?
Yeah, you have to activate them. The good thing is they disappear when you activate them, so you won't keep going back to them. And that's one of the bird statues. You can see you activate it, and it will disappear. So if you can find all them in one playthrough, you'll get a feat.
The other thing these 2 dungeons, the Catwoman and the Penguin dungeon, have is investigations and briefings.
Yep. Now, what this guy does is... It's funny because he rips a pylon out of thin air.
Out of nowhere. He pulls it out of his pocket, I think.
There it is. You want to stay away from that pylon.
Yeah.
And
the couple of hidden restoration barrels here, out of the way restoration barrels.
One on each end. So there's one here. and there's one at the other end. This guy, you just want to try and stay away from
Yeah.
because he's really, really punishing.
That big pylon here that he's going to swing here now is going to smash you if you don't block it.
So I just hit him with mass detonation and it did nothing.
So
Oh, there we go. Every now and then you'll get Bane will enrage in 40 seconds unless you hit him with a venom barrel.
that's not a venom barrel, is it? Oh, it is.
Yeah, it is. So you can throw them at him or smash him. The problem is they don't always work.
Yeah, I think it has something to do with his immunity and whether he just jumped or something. So,
Oh, okay. Yep. So then he'll be vulnerable if you hit him and you can just bash at him. But then once he returns to normal, what you normally want to do is move away from him and range him again. He really does hit quite heavily.
yeah.
And then you just keep going until you defeated him. Unfortunately, I have no power, otherwise I'd fire burst him again. Give him a fireball instead.
There we go.
And again, you get an item from him.
It's only ever going to be like a green gear, though.
It's going to be an item that you use for this dungeon, or until you get into a duo.
Yeah, exactly. So
I went the wrong way.
as we said, anyone just joining us halfway through the vidcast is the gear that you get from these challenges is just not worth doing.
They last until you do the duos.
Yeah, literally.
And then you get a second coin flip from Two-Face.
So that's the thing about this dungeon is that Two-Face will keep coming and making it random, and I think that's a pretty cool thing about
Yeah,
it.
so if you get the bad side, these two guys will actually attack you. So he sent you in here, and then he sends his goons to kill you. And it's terrible.
So you got the bad side, yeah?
Yep.
Leave
Don't take
the barrel, dude. Leave the barrel. Didn't you learn?
And then it's the penguin that screwed me.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
why is the penguin suddenly attacking? You're not always there. But yeah. So you'll have to kill those Two-Face henchmen. And it's actually, normally when you have to kill those Two-Face henchmen, they're probably the heaviest hitting trash mobs in this dungeon.
Yeah.
They do just bucket loads of damage, and they're quite annoying.
Yeah. If you're lucky enough, though, you won't even have to kill them.
And then they'll
Two-Face
help
will
you
just,
for like 1 second.
Yeah. And they'll run ahead and kill all the mobs, but then they'll die in the process.
So now we have the hardest boss in the game.
So if you played the duo, you probably recognise this room as the Clayface room.
Yep.
But in the challenge, we've got Pengbot Maximus.
If you hang around in Gotham for 1 hour, you will see at least 10 different people ask for help with Pengbot. Unfortunately, you can't be helped with Pengbot, so people have to learn to do it themselves. To kill this guy, you need to block everything he does.
Yeah, and stay away from him, and that's
yeah.
the secret. It's hard for Dragonfyre because he's a brawler, so it might even be worth, switching weapons.
Yeah,
for
well,
this
that's
guy.
I dropped a bow in here.
Yeah,
So, that's the kind of thing you can do. Oh, crap, if I've got some skill points spinning bow, I'll just stick it on the bow.
but he's going to do a lot of damage.
See
to
how
you.
much damage he's even doing to me. Like,
Yeah.
I almost died.
Yeah. So the tactic will be to just stay away. Always just kite him around the room. He's going to keep summoning some ads, so you're going to have to deal with them as well. They'll freeze you. They'll burn you. But mainly don't get as close to him as Dragonfyre is getting right now.
You can see, I'm, so far above being smashed.
And when he's in
through stuff, and I
this
actually
low
almost
health, he
died.
goes into this flipper kind
That
of
thing
frenzy
will
thing.
kill you straight
That'll
away.
destroy you.
Every time he does it. I'm just letting him burn out there because I don't want to stop blocking. He's just devastating.
Normally, you just kite him around the room and just keep ranging. If you've got soda colas, get used to using them when you're gear
I
appropriate.
used soda cola in there. It's so hardcore that fight.
Yeah, especially if you're melee.
I bet you this becomes a T3 challenge.
Oh, cool. That'd be great.
I
You
hope
get
it
more,
does.
more marks for it.
96 marks. So then what you find is you've gone all the way around and what the hell? Penguin wasn't there. I'm back to the first room.
Yeah, why didn't I go that way in the first place?
Only Chuck Norris can go the opposite direction.
You can do that next time you come in the challenge, though, right? Because you know about it.
No, fall for it every time.
What?
The superheroes aren't the smartest bunch. So actually, he must have been this way. The place where you... Why would he open the door as well? Well, you killed all his bodyguards. Come this way instead. So you bash through some...
Is that your penguin voice or your skeletal voice?
And I pray. The first thing, he's captured some of Two-Face goons.
So
And,
he's going to show you what he does with traders.
Yeah.
Basically.
Oh, mate. It's pretty hardcore. Penguin is just the most evil character in the DC universe, as you can tell by his pyro peng bots that he sends to. And
Beast man, you idiot.
boom.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, gee.
And everyone's cheering. This is pretty sadistic, man.
And then he'll send waves of bad guys after you, and it'll be what are they called? Some of the ones you've been fighting earlier.
Look at that. He just did the block lethal attack.
As soon as you see that lethal attack up, you block Nikki Blades. But there are millions, well, not millions, but there's so many...
Dozens even.
Health barrels, restoration barrels everywhere in this room. There we go again. Kill yourself, Nikki. She killed herself.
It's really cool. So what you can do is you're going to be taking a lot of damage from Penguin when you first start playing. So you can see there's like kind of a circuit you can do where you just go around the room from restoration barrel to restoration barrel, breaking them.
See, they're everywhere.
But every attack he does a lot of damage. Yeah. That's the thing about him.
Sometimes you can't even outrace the damage with the restoration barrel, so you want to get
he's got a lot of defense and hit points. So
he does this thing.
He does a stun umbrella. It's like a stun attack.
That's quite annoying. And then he does that machine gun. The
worst actually is the machine gun. If you see him go into machine gun mode where he's just constantly shooting that'll probably kill you.
Yeah, move out of line of sight when he does that because he stands still. The flamethrower is a lot less bad.
The awesome 360 degrees.
Against the one bad guy. He's one enemy standing in front of him, so he turns around on the spot and does flamethrower. He also shoots grenades. There, you see the grenades?
That used to be like a constant move that he'd knock you back with, but now they've changed it.
Made it so he doesn't do it so often. But yeah, seriously, the machine gun, he'll stand still and do the machine gun, that one. And I think, we'll call that bastard.
So you wanna go to the barrels though. You wanna just follow the barrels around. And look, he's just about to get killed.
Die. And he dies.
And he drops a blue piece, which is usually a stupid ring or something. But
you
can get a style from there, the split personality.
Yeah, you can.
You actually get
There's also a
25-point feat, yeah?
Yeah, but he has an epic, doesn't he?
No, he doesn't.
Oh.
So that's the other thing about him. It's kind of annoying. The only reason you're doing this is for those two feats and the split personality style feat.
Yeah, the split personality. But the split personality, like, I don't have the split personality style feat.
Me too. I do have a lot of style feats, but this one I don't have because when you go in there and you get the necklace or the ring or whatever it is for the 10th time in a row,
you just don't want to do it.
You just never want to do this again. But then you have to talk to Two-Face and he'll either tell you a good story or a bad story.
And say sometimes Harvey Dent wins the coin toss or something like
that. Sometimes Harvey Dent wins the toss.
You can. Oh wait, where am I? Oh yeah, there's some hidden bird there. Yeah, that's the one that everyone normally misses.
But there's more than that. There's a whole bunch of them throughout the dungeon. You have to get them all in one sitting though.
One day we'll get a map up of where they all go,
And that's the end of the challenges, right? Dragonfyre just got about 10 marks of triumph or whatever it is.
6 marks of triumph in 45 minutes when I'm in full tier 4 gear.
In other words, what a total waste of time that is. Just do duos.
But you can see what all the crap that I dropped here.
Oh, what's all that gear? Where did that purple come from? Yeah. Oh, crap, in other words.
A necromancer cape.
If you want to get the...
voodoo.
What is it? Salvage a bunch of...
and you see that I got a Mayan head, which I already had. I don't have the Mayan feet either, by the way, but I got the goddamn Mayan head.
Yep.
And there's my split personality shoulders that I already had.
You can salvage all that, though, and work towards that feat. But that's it.
There you go. See you later. What the hell's this guy doing? Thumbs up. Ready, guys. All right. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time.
Check you later.
These 4 are the next ones.